I'm E.
And today we're going to be giving you a recap, as we have been for the last 8 episodes. The episode 9 of The Kardashians on Hulu, which
We're
was,
almost done.
oh, thank God. Thank God. What was it
I know
called
I
again?
can say
Deal, heal, deal.
it's called Feel, Deal, and Heal.
Right. Right. Okay. I kind of can like that. And I
Yeah.
can see how it matched the episode today. I'm surprised.
Well, Kim did say it literally. And I'm like, oh, I see where they got it from.
Yes, but it can even apply to some of the scenes between Kim and Courtney.
Oh, well, you'll let us know.
Yeah, my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. Anyway, before I jump the gun, what are we doing here?
Well, the same as the other episodes, we're going to go through things in sections. I don't know why I took so many notes. It takes me like 2 hours or more to watch these episodes. I'm like, I can't miss anything. Like, I'm overcritical, guys. So, bullet points, blah, blah, blah. There's about, I think, 9 or 10 sections, 8 sections, lengthy sections, but I'll try to speed through it as much as I can, as fast as possible. But we're wordy. So we could get started. As Dee said, the episode is called Feel, Deal, and Heal. And all right, so section 1, we're in LA at Courtney's house, and the Jenners show up, aka Kylie. Oh, actually, Kendall is not here. So Kylie shows up to do Courtney's glam. Chloe's there also. Court had a thought about beauty standards, just, on a random Tuesday, she was thinking about it. And Kylie says that they, the Kardashians, have a lot of influence, and what are they really doing with their power? Kylie says that she sees girls fully editing themselves on social media. She went through that too, but she's in a better place now. Good for her, whatever that means. She said that people could still instill insecurities in you. Kylie also says that she remembers herself being the most confident kid in the room. And a misconception, which is I guess, a big topic, is that she was an insecure child and that she's had so much surgery, which is false. It's only fillers. Okay. Chloe says that that's how she got insecure with the audience and people criticizing her. Chloe says that she was one of the most confident people and recalls her chubby days where she would wear a bodycon dress and, just work it. Then she was torn apart because she didn't look like her sister. She was torn apart when she got skinnier, got better makeup, got a nose job, got fillers, So basically people are still bullying her and they're never, kind of satisfied with her looks or, how she is. Mm-hmm. So looking back, Courtney says that Chloe wasn't chubby. And they go ahead and, look at pictures and they're like, no, you weren't chubby. Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Right? Then Kylie mentions how they used to make fun of her ears. I guess if Stormy, actually, I'm not going to say that. Courtney and Chloe said that, just making fun of her ears were like kind of terms of endearment, like little Dumbo, tugging them or whatever. Mm-hmm. But that actually made Kylie very insecure. Kylie says that she sees Stormy with her ears and thinks she's the most beautiful girl and realized that she loved her ears. So at every red carpet, she's wearing, a high ponytail, showing off her ears. Courtney says that we live in a world that wants perfection. Then she's basically kind of, I don't know if she's trashing Chris or not, but she was referring to Chris, how they all grew up very polished with matching clothes and things like that. And Courtney instead gives her kids the freedom to express themselves and not put so much pressure on perfection. Kylie says that social media can be a dark place and that she just ignores or has grown numb to the criticism, that because she has an amazing life and amazing kids, amazing, you name it. It's just amazing. What do we think?
Okay, so the previews for the upcoming season, right? Like rewinding a few weeks ago, it did mention that, the beauty standard things, like as if they had a real conversation, that possibly could affect change. That's not what happened.
Mhm.
That's not the case. And while I completely understand like how they feel about, the insecurities and the fact that the world has torn them apart, Chloe very much has definitely, everything she said is accurate. She's been torn apart in every way possible. Um, and yes, they do have power, they do have influence. And Kylie saying how she sees girls like fully editing their pictures and everything, and she feels bad. You should. You and your sisters did that. You and your sisters created the idea that you needed to fully edit your photos in order to look appealing. And I'm not
Mhm.
talking about those Snapchat filters with the dog faces or no. I'm talking about these full on Photoshop editing where you make your waist look incredibly slim or where you make your curves fully accentuated, your nose fully like, all these defined features. These are all things that can be traced back linear to the Kardashians and the Jenners. And they're not the ones who started it. No, this has been going on for a long time. Many people are guilty of it. But especially given the generation that grew up with the Jenner sisters, it's very much like everyone is a carbon copy of these ladies. Everyone, like, at one point, like, what, 2016, you did not see anybody who did not have the same style of makeup, the same sort of filters. Even like their previous seasons have been like criticized for overly filtering while they're shooting, which is like,
They even have
what?
friends that look like them. Like Kylie has friends. I'm like, is that Kylie? Like,
Yeah,
it's just uncanny, like the
yeah.
similarity.
So it's like I think it was a very superficial conversation, not something where it's like where you're taking accountability, because I don't think they were taking accountability. It was more about woe is me. And yes, you have every right to, feel how you feel, and and it is messed up that they've been criticized as well. And they are human, just like everyone else. So I understand where they're coming from and I give them enough sympathy for that. But let's not pretend like they did not play a huge role, a huge hand in all of this. Why did Kylie start Kylie lip kits all those years ago? Her insecurity about her lips, started overlining them and then filling
Mhm.
them. What did other girls start doing? Everyone around them seems to have fillers now, and it's like it could have been a whole different conversation. This was all being done while Kylie was doing Courtney's makeup, and like it didn't feel substantial to me at all.
I just think I don't know how you can say I was the most confident girl in the room and then at the same time say, well, you made me feel some way about my ears, or, she said in interviews, I don't like my lips, so that's why I filled them. Or Chloe, and I thought Chloe was confident in the
Yeah.
beginning. I think it was just like, Bruce, Caitlyn now, Bruce then was targeting the way even probably Chris, because, you don't look
Hmm.
like your sister, the audience. I can see Chloe, but
Yeah.
Kylie, no, I don't see it. I don't think that they they're holding each other like accountable for, the body image issues that they
Yeah.
could have caused, you know,
Yeah.
everybody to have. Even plastic surgeons, like like girls take pictures of the Kardashians. Remember when they used
Yeah.
to take pictures of like Angelina Jolie for her lips?
For the lips, yeah.
And Kim, I think even till this day, the booty, you know. And now they're making it a trend, I think, that they haven't addressed, of being skinny, like supermodel skinny, like 90s skinny.
Yeah.
So what are girls doing now in Hollywood? Not all of them, but a lot. They're using Ozempic and these other
Mhm.
diabetes medication or other weight loss medication to be super duper skinny. That's the
Yeah.
wave there, and that's influencing people as well. Like Ozempic is not even available for people
I need
that
it.
are diabetic,
Yeah.
that need it for real. So there's now this fascination about, weight loss. And we even saw it in other episodes where they were saying, oh, how skinny are you? And da 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 da,
Yeah.
So they're not really she's not taking accountability for that. Now she
Yeah.
loves Stormy, and she's like, I wish girls wouldn't do this, but you did this to girls. And they're going to
Right.
continue doing it now because now it's inculcated in our brains to filter. It
Yeah,
is.
for sure. It definitely is. It's sad, but I don't think
And
that.
now you care because it's like your daughter's on the line now.
Yeah, yeah,
And you don't want your daughter doing what you did, let's say to us, to the girls now, the women now.
yeah. I
It's not right.
mean, it's a little too late for some of that stuff, honestly. That's what I think.
I mean, it is what it is. And then Court, I don't even know what to say about her. I don't know. I think it's established that I do not like this girl, and I feel so sad because I feel like she was one of the funniest people, especially with Chloe.
Yeah.
And now I just don't like her, and especially in the last couple minutes that we're gonna talk about
Oh
later. I don't
gosh.
know what her malfunction is.
Yeah.
All right. The second part, the second segment is they're at a push event. Chris is there. Tiana, which is Travis's daughter, is there. Miranda Kerr, and they're just having an event. I don't know for what. Courtney says that she feels supported at her event. She's doing a little photo shoot with one of her fans, and she says she likes it when she feels like something is hers. It feels more special, and individuality is very important to her. I don't know why she keeps dwelling on this, but I'm gonna let you take over.
Hi, Courtney. I'd like to point out that she said, "I feel so supported. Atiana's here. Travis' son, what's his name? Landon. Landon and his girlfriend are here. My friends are here. Not once did she mention my family. Not once did she say Kendall's here. Chris is here." And I was just like, how, like, in my mind, going back to everything she has said in this season, it's like, how are you wanting to not be like, pushed out or not be excluded, but you're excluding yourself, and then you're not even trying to include your family,
Mhm.
like it just seemed weird. And then that whole scene with her and her super fan,
I
awkward.
know. And the fact that she just called it a fan, it just peeved me. It's like how do you pretend to be holier than thou and then you're here at the same time, oh my super fan. Let me take pictures and let me pose and I didn't like that. I don't know.
So uncomfortable for me.
But I don't know. We got to talk to the super fan because I don't know what he's fanning about.
That idea.
All right. Section 3. Kim is at the storage facility. She loves storage unit projects. She says that she has everything documented, photographed, and labeled in an app. So this is a storage unit with a whole bunch of clothes. She's a memory hoarder, she says. She says, and I think I heard her say Kanye. Kanye had 32 storage units, and she
Yeah.
got it down to 3. The producer said, today is your divorce, and you're here with all his stuff. And she said, yeah, but she's made peace with the divorce. She says that she's keeping every single Yeezy thing for her kids. And it's her holding on to the Kanye she knew, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
She'll never want to take back any hard times because many beautiful, beautiful things arose from her marriage, but it's time to move on.
um she has a thrift store,
Yeah.
and it is ridiculous. Like, okay, it's gonna sound bad, but it is sick that she has so many things, like literally could fill up stores with these things that she's keeping in storage, when you have people who have little to nothing.
You'll be
Like,
like, there's people that are dying, Kim.
there are people that are dying, Kim. Like, that's like my immediate thought was like, oh my god, wow. Like, it's one thing to see the cars, the mansions, the purses and all that stuff, the luxury. It's another thing to see that and to be like, when is it enough? Like, every single piece in there could not possibly be that important to you, because at one point she said, we can donate this stuff. We can donate that. I know which pieces to keep. I have a great photographic memory. And I'm just like, why do you
You know
need
what she said? She said, I have a great photographic memory. I know. I thought a bad thought. I'm going to tell you guys, but don't come at me in the comments, okay? I'm saying this. Don't come at me. She has a great photographic memory, but what happened to this bar test that she kept taking? I know. I said it was bad. I don't mean it, but I mean it, but I don't mean it,
she
okay?
needs it?
I'm like, what? Like, doesn't make.
Uh,
I know.
this
This is the real me.
this turned real quick. Okay, well, let me get back to the not so mean thoughts I had.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So, okay, aside from the whole, yes, hoarder, all that stuff, I did feel bad, because essentially it looks like, and this could all be an act, but I've never known Kim Kardashian to be a good actress. So, like,
She's in American Horror Stories.
girl,
There's a
please,
clip that just came out.
girl, please. And I, and so I felt like it was genuine. And like, side note, I watched it with my partner. Well, he wasn't really watching, he was on his phone. But when this part came on, I was like, hey, look, it's all that Yeezy stuff or whatever. And he was just like, wow, I was surprised. And then he like kind of picked up some of the things she was saying. And he's like, wow, she really loved him. And I was just like, she did. She really loved him. Because, he's a guy and like, oh yeah, she just wanted him, this, and that. But I was like, it is so sad that she is literally like holding on to a memory of someone who's still alive. It's not even like, I think at one point she mentioned, oh, can you put it there with like where my dad's shirt is at? Her dad passed away. It's understandable to hold on to like, memory of him, but she's holding on to a memory of a man that's alive, but is a shell of a person that she knew. And that's so sad because it's like she's living through that. And she has to see her kids every single day and pretend like she's not living through that for their sake. That to me was like heartbreaking. Aside from the whole hoarder aspect of it all, I was just like, man, that sucks. And to be there on the day her divorce was final. Whoa.
I know that was probably staged, but I thought, you know, I love that she had this collection of clothes. It's a collection. It's like this was for her kids. She's like, oh, how cute would Chicago be wearing this? North would love to wear something like this. I used to, keep stuff from my dad, kind of thing. I mean, I don't have the excess that they have. And I'm sure the Yeezys are gonna disintegrate in like a couple of years because they're in boxes and nobody's using them. But, I thought it was a nice thought, to keep the stuff.
I get what you're saying, and yes, that part definitely keeping some of those things, that's fine. But she was talking about how for North's 16th birthday, can you imagine the merch table that we're just going to be giving away this merch? That's not for
That's
her kids to keep.
that's vintage, you know.
Girl, no,
Kanye's an icon. He's a legend.
he is not the moment. Keep it moving.
No, but I don't know. I like clothes like that, or at least I used to. So,
Yeah,
her keeping all her looks and, and she did repurpose for Courtney's wedding. So maybe she could do something like that,
yeah,
probably more sustainable ish kind of
right.
things. Use your clothes. I know that she auctions some things and
Hmm.
that probably goes to charity or something. I
Yeah,
didn't see if she would have had all 32 units, I would have been like, Kimmy, relax. But 3 units for them, that's nothing. I don't think so.
it's
No.
excessive to me. Excessive.
All right. Section 4. Chloe and Courtney are taking a lie detector test for Vanity Fair. This was so boring, but in case you guys wanted some of the questions, here they are. So Courtney to Chloe, did you have a good time at my wedding?
Mm.
Chloe said yes, that was true. Did you like my wedding dress? Chloe was like, it was fine. The results were inconclusive. Yeah, we're still confused. You shouldn't have worn that to your wedding, but that's your wedding. You do you, boo.
Yep.
Um, then she says, "Do you talk ish about what I post on IG?" Chloe's like, "I'm sure I do." Is there a family chat without me? No, which is true. Do you prefer to hang out with Kim versus me? Chloe says, "I just feel like you're in a different place now, aka Travland." Chloe talks about Kim not being as fun 8 years ago, but now she's like ride or die. Courtney used to be very YOLO, but now she has all the questions. Um, let's see what else. Chloe to Courtney. She's like, "What are you keeping your safe?" She really didn't answer. Does Travis have a foot fetish? I don't want to know, but I guess he does. Um, you and Trav attempted to get married in Vegas. Do you regret not inviting your siblings? Courtney, oh, beep, said no. She don't care about nobody but herself.
No. Oh my god.
And then the last question was, do you hate any of your siblings? Courtney said no, and it was true. I don't know how, but whatever. What do you think?
Um, I thought that like yeah, it was a really dumb little section, but um, her
It's
ask
better than getting stick shift, though.
it
Anything.
definitely and horseback riding.
Yeah.
Um, I did when Courtney asked the question to Chloe of do you prefer to hang out with Kim than me? I thought there's the root of it, what we've been talking about for several episodes. That's the whole thing. Like
Dating
her
and Chloe.
obsession and drama and beef with Kim is this. It goes back to this. Yes, her wedding. Yes, the 90s, Dolce, all of that. But more specifically, the relationship that Chloe now has with Kim as compared to the lack of one she has with Courtney. So to me, it was like, why didn't you just say that? Like, all this time, like, why didn't you just, kind of say that? If that was what was bothering you, why wait until a lie detector test to like discuss it? Especially given that the lie detector test became like, a clip on social media when it was like released or whatever. So I don't know. I didn't really care for any of that.
But like you said before, Courtney is isolating herself. So if she felt distant from Chloe, then why didn't she just approach Chloe or try to hang out with Kim and Chloe and you
Yeah.
know, I need some sister time, Chloe. Let's hang out. Let's do something. Blah
Yeah.
blah. Reestablish that bond. But she's
Right.
over here. I feel like holding a grudge, but acting like she's not.
Yeah. 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 That sounds right.
And Courtney did also ask Chloe, "Are you sleeping with Tristan?" Chloe said no, and that was true.
Whatever.
I know this is the weirdest lie detector. Like I thought it would have been like more spicy, more like or more normal. These were like this line of questioning was kind of weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't care
Mm,
for it.
yeah. Section 5, they're at the Crossroads kitchen. It's Travis's birthday, and Courtney is throwing him a birthday party. Travis ended up being surprised. He showed up in his gym clothes. Yuck.
Mhm. No.
For his birthday, Courtney took Trav and the kids to Tennessee, and Landon couldn't make it. Landon felt bad and said, "Hey, can we throw him a surprise party?" She said, "Yeah, let's do it." So all his friends and family were there. Kim showed up, Chloe showed up. I didn't see anybody else, but it was just party, I guess, at his restaurant. I want to say.
Yeah, I think that's his restaurant.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I don't have thoughts.
Well, it was interesting seeing MGK and Megan Fox.
I guess.
That's all I
Sure.
have. All right. Section 6. Kendall and Kylie. Oh wait, just to go back. Kim started doing this Maryland thing, like she thinks she's a singer and stuff. It
Yeah.
immediately made me think, was his ex-wife right? Of Kim, like the whole divorce happened or their separation happened because of Kim. I don't know. It just seemed like there was something that, like, you didn't think so? Am I thinking too much?
I
Like,
was
it was
wondering.
just a little awkward.
Okay, so I was trying to remember because I think I heard Chloe say Kim was coming or whatever, and then like immediately I tried to think of when have I seen like Kim and Travis interact on the show. It's like I can't really place it.
That
And
prank that
what
she
prank?
did, the one that she was going to be on The Bachelor.
No, but like her interacting with
Oh,
Travis.
interacting.
Yeah, like I was trying to think, and I was like, I don't know. And mind you, I didn't see the Travis wedding special, so I don't know if anything happened there. But so anyway, so when I was trying to think about that, I remembered, the whole possible they had something, whatever, whatever thing. And I was like, oh, let me pay attention to how they interact when she gets in here, right? So then when she gets there, whatever, and then like she tells him happy birthday and I guess gives him a hug. Like I was just like so dry. And then I didn't catch what she was trying to sing, but Courtney said something about like, oh, you're a singer now or something like that. And the whole Maryland thing, and I was like, this,
Did you say this?
I did because hello,
It was
Maryland,
a little awkward, very subtle, but I noticed it.
Maryland did that to
To
President John F. Kennedy, who she was having an affair with, despite the fact that he was married to Jackie Kennedy. Anyway, I'm not even gonna get into that, but it's
history.
interesting. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I love history. But it was interesting that she did that. I was like, "Girl,
Mhm.
what you doing? What you doing?" And then, oh God, Travis must really love Courtney. He sits there and lies to MGK's face, talking about, oh, they're singers. They can hold a pitch. He couldn't even say they. He couldn't even say like they have good voices or they sing well. No, he's they have a good pitch, not a good pitch. They can hold a note or something like that. And I'm like, were
I'm like,
you
what
at
kind
the
of
studio?
pitch? Did you watch the same episode that we did? Like, there's no
Yeah.
pitch, no
And just
tune.
disclaimer, I can't sing, so I'm not even attempting to say like I got a voice. No, 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 I don't have a voice, but neither do they. Next.
Okay. Jeez. All right, section 6. Kendall and Kylie were at Kim's house and they're in her closet. Again, they're talking about the storage unit and all the clothes, all of Kanye's items. Kim is a little emotional and is questioning why she's holding on to all these things. And Kendall thinks that she's so wise beyond her years and says that she's holding on to a reality that Kim thought that she was going to have. And these are fantasies about what Kim's marriage thought it was going to be. I don't know. I was so annoyed with her, but I'll continue. Kendall says that people on the internet forget that they're all human and they're trying to figure life out. The most important thing is the safety and protection of Kim and her kids, emotionally and mentally.
Mhm.
Kim said that she jumped into another relationship and didn't feel like she felt, dealt and healed. So feel, deal, heal.
Um, I couldn't really follow what Kendall was trying to say.
Me
I was like,
neither. It's pointless.
what? But the whole feel, deal, heal thing, I agree with that. And sometimes you don't realize that you haven't fully healed. Sometimes you don't realize that you're not fully ready for something until you go through it. And so that's something that like I think we're seeing this season from Kim is that she's kind of hitting that point of, oh, okay, this is what it is to heal. And so like I get that, that whole situation. And was this the clip also where Kylie was saying how her and Kim have lived the same life or something like that?
Oh,
Um
it's like right next here. Just kidding. All right. So then Kylie says that Kim is her twin because they live the same life. It's hard to explain because she can't tell us everything. Winks. This goes back to what you said. The Jenners never share.
Never.
And just to go back, I did see the point of of Kendall saying that to Kim, but I don't think Kendall should have told that to Kim. I could see Chris saying something like that, but Kim was wearing a Kendall starting five. Like I can't even take that whole clip seriously.
Oh, see what annoyed me was like, this is what I'm saying. The Jenner sisters don't show nothing. Why didn't they show her reaction to Kim wearing that T-shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hello, this is literally making fun of your love life. And then I don't know, like there was a moment, I don't know if you noticed, where Kendall was giving her wisdom, and she like touched Kylie's arm, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like Kylie's going through something, but how would we know? Because Kylie ain't sharing. So I kind of peeped that and I was like, were you
Yeah,
already breaking up with Travis at this point? Because I can't
I
remember
think
the
so.
timeline. Okay.
I think so because especially if she says that Kim is her twin and she can't tell us everything, and Kim is going through this, two and two is four. She's
Yeah.
going through it the same way, not
Yeah.
marriage, but Travis, the baby daddy, they were together off and on.
Yeah.
So,
Travis
mhm.
having been in the spotlight with like some negative press last year and the year before. So I guess, yeah, there's a couple of, similarities that we know of publicly.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I mean, I think very much Kendall, Kylie is like Kim. They look like very self-involved people. So yeah, I can see their similarities.
well, Kim was Chris's favorite in the beginning, and now it's Kylie. They've
Mm-hmm.
always been like,
Yep,
very similar even before they're
this is true.
20.
Very true.
Yeah, and then Kendall needs to shut up because
Well,
he shouldn't be saying stuff like this. You can't. I would have preferred Kylie to say this, but Kylie would need to share what's going on with her
yeah,
for this, whatever.
yeah.
Section 7. We're at Chloe's house getting glam. They're getting ready for the People's Choice Awards for Best Reality Show, and she's also nominated for Best Reality Star. Um, then, they're driving there, they get there. Chloe's having a wardrobe and hair malfunction at the award show, which is kind of funny, kind of not. I don't know. They end up winning both awards. And what's her face?
Malika.
Chloe says
Oh,
that she's won the award a few times and it's special because she feels connected to the viewer. She thought that the first time it was a fluke, but since she's gotten it so many times, then, it feels kind of good.
I have zero thoughts.
I just thought that it's kind of interesting because, earlier in the clip, Chloe is saying, well, people have always torn me down, when I was chubby or whatever. I didn't look like my sisters. Then now that I'm skinny, I have Dracula hands, my nose jobs or whatever. But she's still people's favorite reality star, which is kind of like,
Ironic.
yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
was, I don't know.
I mean, I guess, obviously not absolutely everybody is has body shamed her or criticized her. So enough people that love her or like her enough, I'm assuming, are the ones
Hmm.
who voted for her to get the award. But I mean, yeah, Chloe's always been the most likable of all the Jenner fam. So I don't know, it was not surprising that she won.
Yeah. And winning reality show, of course, we're all tuned in. We love them and we hate
Clearly.
them. So it is what it is.
Clearly.
Um, all right, so the last section, they're at somebody's house. I'm guessing it's Courtney's, but not I don't know whose house they were in. I couldn't tell.
It wasn't Kim's, I don't think.
Yeah, because she drove in. I'm thinking that that's like a faux house, just to show up or something.
Mm-hmm.
So this scene was with Chloe, Courtney, and Kim, and they're meeting up. And Courtney says that after her meeting with Kim, she made notes and took time to think about the conversation, and thought that they could go deeper. Court wanted Chloe there because she sometimes doesn't articulate the way, she would like to. That's what Chloe said.
Mhm.
So the point of this meeting is to reiterate caring about each other and each other's feelings. Courtney wants to have a relationship with her sisters and a relationship where they're all cared about, a more meaningful relationship. Courtney says that she doesn't feel cared about when she's overlooked emotionally and I guess in every other way. Says Kim is so driven. We're going back to this. Says Kim is so driven, but may not understand what is driving her. Thus, Kim is not the master of her own mind. Knowing what would that knowing what drives Kim would lead her to happiness and joy. Kim says that she's content and that she's in a good place, doesn't want to depend on anyone. Courtney is still drilling Kim about what drives her. Kim says the doubters, the haters, she loves to prove people wrong. Kim likes competing, but she's competing with herself. She's not competing with others. So basically, she's launching a business and she's saying, hey, let's see if I could do this again and again. I have this idea. Let me do this project. Kim says that she likes being busy and that's like her comfortable state. So I don't know. It just goes back and forth. I don't know. Courtney trying to be a therapist, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, I don't know what. Um, after Courtney leaves, Chloe asks Kim how she feels and questions why they can't have their own way of feeling fulfilled. And that's basically how the episode ends.
So one of my first thoughts was, oh, like that's good that Courtney wanted to follow up and, kind of just really hash things out fully, and the fact that she had Chloe there kind of like as a mediator, like, oh, that's effort, right? Then I thought, aren't you the same person that said you don't got to talk to your family, you don't got to be around your family, and then really your family's actually trapping your kids and their kids? Like, why do you care now? Then I thought, just because you go to therapy doesn't make you a therapist. So whatever you're learning for your journey is not necessarily everybody else's. And
She
like,
said what she said.
I mean, who are you to tell somebody what their journey needs to look like? Who are you to question someone's drive like that? Like, even I get their sisters, but that's pushing it. Like, and all of that. She did all of that just to get to that one point that she mentioned. You're doing this because of what other people think. She wanted so badly to get to that. She didn't say it during that first conversation, but that's exactly what she had been pointing towards this whole time. And I kept trying to figure out what it was, and she finally said it. She's like, to her, I think she feels like she needs to point out Kim's imperfections, kind of to knock her down a peg. And it's like, oh, well, I'm enlightened. I'm fulfilled. I don't care what people think. I have a great life. You're throwing all these things in her face when she's like, her divorce was just finalized. She's going through all these things. She's still healing, still working on herself. And you have the audacity to like question her like that and then throw these things in her face, utilizing in a very, very harmful way the tools that we learn in therapy to then try and gaslight and manipulate Kim into what, submitting to your way of thinking. Like, that's not right. That's not caring for each other. Like, that's very messed up to me. Like, I recognize so much of what she was saying as like therapy speak, and I'm like, girl, you're not a therapist. Stop it. Leave her alone.
I don't know what her malfunction is. One, Courtney probably took, I don't know, the length from, when they had that initial conversation to now, but it seemed like it was a while because Kim said, oh, that was a while ago.
Mhm.
So I don't like the fact that maybe Kim thought, oh, we squashed it, we talked about it, it's over with, it's done with. But then here she is, she's still holding a resentment. you know.
Hmm.
If she had time to think about it and this and that, that's cool. But, so much time probably elapsed that it's not fair, I think, to bring it
Yeah.
up again. It's like, what? We're doing this all over again? It doesn't even
Yeah.
make sense at this point. Then I don't understand what, I mean, I guess you do, but I don't. Why she keeps dwelling on Kim's drive. Like, you guys are two
Yeah.
different people, like Chloe said. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Like, and even if Kim is competitive and she has XYZ attributes, well, girl, you competing with Kim. Why
Yeah.
if Kim cares about what people think, guess what? You care about what Kim and Chris think because you started your businesses because they were pushing you.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you guys are sisters, you guys are the same, probably the same things are driving you, and you just don't like that
Yeah.
you're like that. Which is nothing bad. I mean,
No.
I'm competitive by nature. I think I understand Kim a lot. Doubters, haters, I don't have those, but anybody that thinks that I can't do something, oh, I gotta prove it to you and I gotta prove it to myself. And then when I
Yeah.
beat you, it's gonna feel great. Probably Kim is like that. She has
Yeah.
a whole bunch of ideas. She wants to execute it. She has all this fame and they're also still trying to be relevant, stay
Yeah.
relevant, be relevant.
Right.
So I don't understand. And then
It
she also said, where is this? She's not the master of her mind. Is she in Kim's brain? Like, I don't,
Whoa.
to be questioning her like that, I don't understand.
Okay, so one of the other things I thought was like, if a friend, a close friend, a relative, in this case a sister, is going through something, and you think like, hey, maybe I need to talk to them and like check in, like what's going on? Do we, what do we need to do to help you? That's one thing, right? Like that's one thing. But to turn that against them, to like basically, you know, try to drag them for it, like I think that's not right. And whatever, good you think you're doing, I feel like that's just more harmful than anything else. And so her attempts at like trying to psychoanalyze Kim only make her look very callous and very much like she's not the master of her own mind because she's so busy thinking about what Kim's doing. It's like you had this conversation however long ago, but clearly you're still thinking about these things that you had to write it all down. Who's the master of your mind, Kim? Why are you asking her who the master of like her own mind is? Like, I'm sure she's not worried or thinking about you. If she was probably feeling like everything had been done, beef over, but you
Yeah.
are still pushing it. And then for her to keep saying like, I just want to feel that I'm cared for, and that like basically taken into
She wants people to kiss her
consideration.
ass. That's what she wants.
Yeah. But you spent the entire season talking about, I don't need to talk to her. If I don't see her no more, that's fine. And I'm just like, okay, so now we're changing our
It's not a
tune.
cult that she's following.
It's not a cult. No. But here you are, still wanting this validation. But also, I think it goes back to the same thing of earlier where she has such an issue with Kim and Chloe's relationship that maybe another reason
They were
she
even
brought,
matching.
I know, which she pointed out. And
Hmm.
it's like, do you think that if maybe like the reason she had Chloe was just so she could kind of point out to Chloe the things that Kim is doing wrong? Like could that be a part of it, to try to like, hey, see, like I'm the one that's good. She's the problem. Like that's kind of what it felt like. And I don't really think Kim was all too receptive to a lot of that because by the end of it, Kim was on her phone. Courtney said bye, and
She
Kim
didn't
was
say
like,
bye. Yeah. I was like, that girl mad, but she trying to act above it, but she mad. I
yeah,
would be mad too. I'd be like, you don't have to question me about my drive. I understand
yeah,
about, like you said, a sister, a friend, or something, and be like, hey, what's going on? I don't know what's really driving you, and then I think Kim elaborated the first time,
Yeah.
but then now she's questioning my drive, and I don't need anybody questioning me about anything.
Yeah. That's ridiculous to me. It's like you keep going at her. How are you going to get to a place where you guys are both okay if you're constantly questioning the girl? It's like, how can, okay, you've been trying to say this entire season how you're so happy with your life, you're so happy with your newly formed family. Why are you so busy focusing on Kim and what Kim is doing? Focus on your family if that's what you care about so much. It's like, leave it alone. God, I thought we were done with that. So
And
annoyed.
and I kind of just don't like how she's, alluding to how happy she is, which is great that she's happy. But
Right.
it's like, Kim, I'm above this. I have a great thing going on right now, disregarding that Kim is going through her issues or whatever. Or,
Yeah.
Chloe too. We
Yeah.
know the whole Tristan
Yeah.
drama thing. But I don't know if it's happened behind the scenes, but I have never seen it when she was going through stuff with Scott. I never saw Kim or remember Kim saying things like that to
Yeah.
Courtney.
Yeah, it was weird, like you kind of keep pushing this narrative and I'm just like, can we be done? Like, no. It's okay to ask once. It's okay to check in once. If the person gives you an answer that and she's saying, I'm content. That should be enough for you. There's no reason, to like unless Kim is spiraling, Kim is doing these things that like are maybe detrimental to herself or harmful to herself. Okay, I could understand that, but the girl's trying to work more, that's your problem? Like she's trying to be more successful, that's a problem? I don't know. That was just dumb.
Yeah. And I think just being content. I'm like, look at everything she's going through and she's content. I think that's winning for this
I know.
situation.
Seriously.
Content is a great word, copacetic. I am chilling,
Yeah,
it don't gotta be I'm in a good place, she said. So I don't
exactly.
know. I don't know what this last episode has in store. Well, they kind of alluded to Tristan's mom dying, I think.
Oh, was that what it was?
I I think so.
I don't know. I
It's
just
like
saw that Chris
because
was
Chris
gone.
said, your caretaker is gone, and then Chloe's like, oh, well, somebody called me, so I'm thinking it was Tristan's mom.
Yeah. I kind of don't. If that's what it is, I don't think that should have been an episode. Like that's private. I don't
Yeah, this like, oh, this is the way we're starting our new year. I feel like, she passed away earlier this year, right?
know. Might have been. I'm not sure. But still, it's like I don't know. It's weird.
I just hate that we're gonna end, the season talking about Trish trash. You know, it's
Mm.
we. I don't care about him.
Yeah.
I don't. I
So,
do like Kanye still, but I don't care about Tristan.
girl, let's wrap it up. I can't with you.
All right, guys, that is the end of, I guess, our recap. Let us know what you think in the comments. We're still talking about this. Are you siding with Kim? Are you siding with Chloe? I mean, Courtney, whatever her name is.
One of the caves.
Yeah, one of the K's. I don't know. Let us know in the comments because sometimes I just feel like I'm repetitive. Then, I'm kind of on Courtney's side. I'm like, oh, this is mature. And then she does some dumb stuff to be like,
Yeah.
oh, come on, girl. I'm trying here. I'm trying. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible, but it's not working.
He makes it hard.
She makes it hard. Please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. I'm sure that our last episode is going to be the longest. So stay tuned, catch up, bring some snacks next time,
Yeah.
and we'll see you. Peace.
Bye.